Good evening, Mr. Charles. How are you doing? How's your weekend been?
Not bad, not bad.
Thanks.
Amazing week. The weather is good today.
Yeah, the weather is good. Yeah. So hopefully it stays that way, not in the UK. And thanks for joining the call. The call is just to get a bit more information and what your experience has been like with the training program that we offer here at Digital Business School. So there's just a few questions just to understand from your perspective how you found it and what you're currently doing and what kind of impact the training has had on you in general. So Um, if you don't mind me asking, what was your situation before you found out about digital business school, and what made you decide to actually, reach out to us to enroll?
So obviously, I know DBS before now, even when I was still trying to transition into becoming a business analyst. And some years ago, I got the job. I've kept in contact with you, especially. We've been talking and all of that. And I've worked for a certain organization for a long time, and because of a major, um, um, changes and acquisition and all of that. So some people in the change family were put under, were at the risk of redundancy. And I know I've been discussing with you, for a while, even after getting this run, you've been always challenging me, not to stay too long on a road, position yourself and all of that. And at that moment, what came into my mind is I could just raise up my hand for redundancy, challenge myself and start fighting for something. So I reached out to DBS, and then I discussed and weighed my option and all of that. And at some point, I took that decision, and I knew it was going to be tough from there to get into the market again, because people say it's competitive. But then when I spoke with DBS, they assessed me, and I think you were one of the people on the panel there. You told me that I'm an experienced BA, and then you feel like there will be something for me in the market. And from there, it was over to DBS to come up with a plan and strategy to position me into the job market. I know we had a plan. We said April, end of April,
Yeah,
we should be able to get something in 2 months, and then from there it was
February
very,
that
very
we
good.
had the discussion, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, start of February. I know, middle of February, around that time. Yeah.
yeah. So when I reached out to you, we just mapped out a plan and we discussed, and you were happy with my experience. I came through your ranks, some years ago, so you weren't expecting anything lesser anyway. And then since then you've been following my career, always checking on me. So it was an opportunity to reconnect, and
Yeah.
I felt like I was going to be a good win for DBS, and you said that. So from then it was just about fortune, check what is in the market. I think we tried big mash. It wasn't suitable, and from there we had a discussion again, restrategize, and we all agreed that because of the financial year
Mhm.
ending and all of that, we just said April there will be something good. April there will be something good, and we kept doing some things. I remember coming to you asking, is there anything wrong with my CV? Because the whole process, we looked at the CV. I think you have something. I know you want to talk about that and ask me about it. You have a system that allows people to, concentrate on interviewing, and then you take charge of, the whole application process. So at some point, not. I felt like I wasn't getting the traction I needed and
Yeah.
all of that. But after some time, especially in April, it became boom. Lots of interviews, everything started happening, and I understand now that it's a process. You don't apply for a job and next week expect to be interviewed. So it's a process. You give hiring managers time to check for the right fit, and then they will
Mhm.
schedule something. So
Mhm.
everything happened in April. I think
Yeah.
everything just happened in April, and I enjoyed the support. One thing I wanted to say again is I remember the first few interviews I had, because I interviewed with the council. I don't know if you remember. The preparation was there. DBS will always find a time to just reach out to them and ask you what type of interview. You always ask me, send the JD, we'll look at the JD, look together. I mean, the support was fantastic, very, very nice. And at some point, you just kept telling me you have it. It's just structure. You have the structure now, and you are just confident because we've done all the work in a mash, and I'm happy to say that it was very, very good.
Yeah.
And maybe that's why I've been talking anyway. Let me allow you to, I'm
No,
just
no, no,
grateful. I
no.
mean, the structure was very, very good. I think if I put it in three ways, when I came, it was more like, okay, even though I know this person, assessment, you assessed again, happy with the person's condition, you are happy. If I draw a process map for that, that's what to be. Happy parts, happy with the person's, you are happy with the candidate's position. Then the next thing was planning. Now we're happy with this person. Can we look at your CV and talk about the plan? We mapped out a very good plan, what I thought was a fantastic plan. And at some point, we felt like this plan wasn't working. I came back to DBS and we re-strategized. And from there, it was all about let's wait till April. The magic will happen in April. And April, boom, interviews were coming in left, right, center. And I was able you know the story. I was able to land two roles. One of
Yeah.
them was with one of the top four. And we
Yes.
were very,
Yes.
very happy. Yeah.
I was very, very happy when we went for that role and we landed that role because yeah, top four on the CV is a no-brainer. Even if it's for one day, that
Yeah.
that goes on the
Yeah.
CV. Okay, fantastic, Charles. That's good. What part of the digital business school program would you say had the biggest impact in helping you actually securing these roles?
For me, these days you see everybody saying they do programs, training people, and all of that. There are two things, like I've known you and DBS and your people for over the years. For me, there's two things for me: the consistency. You've never, it's not about taking people's money and leaving them. No message. I'm telling anybody listening to me, you commit yourself to these people, no messages will be left unanswered. Might just take maybe 20 minutes, 2 days, or one, not never a time I message that it took one day. They'll always come back to you positive. The support has been fantastic. And then the new thing, I don't know, the new
Yeah, you can
function,
talk about it.
the
Please
new
feel
feature you
free.
added to I mean, some years ago, I know you didn't have to do that. You weren't
Yeah.
doing that, but now I think it's good. Um, now
If you
these
don't mind,
days,
what's the new feature? I think it'll be good to hear it from your perspective because
yeah.
I know what the feature is, but yeah,
So
what the feature is and how that help you in looking for a role.
yeah, for me, it's all about support again.
Yeah,
It's not enough to train people and then leave them to go into a hopeless or sometimes job market that people cannot predict. So after the training or when people come to, in my own situation, I came to you, I was looking for a job and all of that. So the new feature is would help you apply for jobs. You sit down with the candidates, you assess the candidates, you advise the candidate this is where your strength is. You should go for this kind of roles. This is your, since you are coming from this background. And for example, if the person is a new student, a new person trying to transition into be having assessed the person's soft skills, you position the person so okay, you can do more of process business process analysis, and then you sit down with the person, tailors the person's CV, and from there henceforth I don't know what you do. I don't know how you did it, but boom, you just tell the person, don't worry, go and prepare for this role. You will get interviews. Leave the job application for us. And I don't know, I won't say everything here, but if you're watching me, you want to know this, just make sure you reach DBS. It made the whole process easy because after that meeting, you don't need to worry yourself about applying for job. You just sit down and you see that DBS will be applying for job for you, and not just any job. The job that they discuss with you, jobs that are tailored to your CV, jobs that are tailored to your soft skills, jobs that are tailored to your personality. You just see on your job, you apply for this job, you apply for it, and that made the whole process easy. Meaning that you don't have to sit down because it is a numbers game. If you agree with
mm-hmm,
me, when you are looking for a
mm-hmm,
job,
mm-hmm,
people you
mm-hmm.
are competing with, they are competing, applying for like 30,
Yeah,
50 games. You
yeah.
can't do that and at the same time keep preparing for an interview. But DBS takes that part for you from you. That's the best type of support you can give to anybody. And what this candidate needs to do is just prepare for the interview. And again, you don't need to even prepare for the interview alone. When the interview comes, you send the JD and they prep you, they discuss you, no matter how experienced or inexperienced you are, they tell you the kind of things to expect. And what I will say with my own experience with DBS or my job, you can't predict 100%, but most times it is 70, 80. Each time I spoke with you on my interviews, if you remember, even the ones I didn't get,
Yeah,
nobody told me I wasn't good. They told me you were structured. We have to
yeah,
change the JD on the first one
yeah.
for council. So the preparation was top notch. Nothing makes the whole process easier than you having to know the probable interview questions that you'll be facing 3 or 4 days beforehand. it gives you the confidence to prepare, start preparing yourself. And then the best part for me is that you don't even have to apply for the job. You just, then you check your mail. People are just scheduling interviews, and then you go again to DBS, they prepare you. It's been fantastic. That's
Yeah,
for me the best part of it. That's something I think your competitors are not doing. And that's what I think will position you to be one of the best in this industry.
thank you, thank you. Yeah, we'll try and take the emotion away from our students and just focus on the
Yes,
goal at hand, which is to go out there and get the job, right?
yeah,
That's what we focus on. Okay, that's great. So before you became a BA, right? Let's talk about some figures, right? Before you became a business analyst, how much were you earning versus now that you're a BA? Like, what's the comparison like?
Oh, I would. It's the figures are not. The difference is huge.
I
It's
mean, you don't
just
have to give us a exact figure, maybe like a ballpark, so that people can just
yeah, it's
understand
huge.
how this has
Yeah,
transformed your life.
the difference will be in terms of annual salary. More than you're talking about more than 35, more than 25, around that range, depending on how
Okay.
experienced you are.
Yeah.
And just to highlight that again, business analysis, people say it's saturated. But again, if you go to the UK job market, UK job shortage list, it's still
Yeah.
there. It's
Yeah.
still there. People are
It's,
still getting job. And if you
oh
look,
yeah.
if you are watching me right now, all you need to do is just go on Google, check the average job for a business, and the average salary for a business analyst is around 35
Mm,
starting. So nobody is not about these are information you can see anywhere.
correct.
So
Yeah.
imagine you are a support worker or anything, the jump is going to be magnificent. You just need to
Mm,
put, and you start earning as good as that. Yeah.
yeah. And so what does your day look like now as a business analyst? I know you're working for one of the big four, so obviously you're gonna be very busy because that's the way they operate. But as a BA in general, compared to like other roles that maybe you've had in the past, what does your day look like? And do you sort of like work from home? Is it hybrid? How many days a week do you have to go into the office? What does that look like?
For me now, I think this role I am on is I'm contracting for context, and
Mm,
I'm 100% remote. And for me, the
that's
good
fine.
thing about being a BA is everybody knows about it, is that the variety. You're
Mm,
not stuck with coming to job, doing the same thing every day is very, very good. I can stay here now and imagine what my tomorrow will look like. But the thing is, there's no guarantee my Tuesday will look like that. So there's no guarantee my Friday will look like that. So my
yeah.
Mondays for now, because I'm on a project, first few minutes in the morning, my first call is always the huddle, where you talk about what you've done the last day, what you will do today, and any blockers. And from there, you engage stakeholders in meeting, depending on the stage of the project you're handling. If you are still at the analysis stage, you want to elicit requirements. If not, if the project is on the delivery stage, you want to engage with technical stakeholders to, make sure that they are solutionizing the requirements the way it was documenting. And
Mhm.
then some other days you are, doing your personal development, reading, you are learning new apps, new softwares in the system. It's just the joy for me is that every day is variety. You're not stuck into doing one thing, and that's what I love about this job.
Yeah, it's not robotic, is it?
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, and you get to deal with weird and wonderful people
Exactly, exactly,
over different ranges of of the spectrum.
exactly.
From difficult to very easy. Yeah,
Yeah,
it keeps us on our toes very very well.
yeah.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. That's great. And what would you say to someone that's maybe considering joining digital business school, but maybe they're still currently feeling unsure, or maybe they're scared to start? What would you say to someone like that?
You will be in the right place. I'll keep it simple. You will be in the right place. These people, they are there to support you. You would have the support. All you need to do is, I will say this, one thing I know with people paying for training is that they come and they are not prepared. When you come in,
Mm,
just soak yourself into it. I mean, it's a life-changing opportunity for you, especially if you're a professional already and you are transitioning into business analysis. And then not just for somebody who is transitioning, if you're a BA already and you feel like you don't have the right confidence, maybe you've done this program somewhere before, you don't feel like, even though you are on a roll, you don't
mm,
feel confident. It might be what's again going to DBS just to go through the whole curriculum again. The curriculum is very, very good. And what I can assure you is that once with DBS is forever with DBS, because they don't leave you. Once you come in, you feel part of the family. If you listen to my story, I was with them, got the job, stayed on the job. After some years, I was in college, became redundant. And in that low moment, I went again to them. I was like, see where I found myself. And again, the support, they rose me up, okay, bring yourself up together, and the support again, you can do this again. And I moved from even the situation I was, how not just moving from that situation to another, but again, there was a big increase again in salary. So
We elevated.
that's exactly what these guys give you. For me, the key thing is the support. You are not left alone. The training and the conversations, the communication are tailored to meet your personality. What Ale gets is what's different from what Simbi gets. They are just focused on you, looking at you as a person throughout the support, looking at what helps you, and then all you need to come in with your notebook, come with your pen, and then be prepared to put in the work, because leaving a 20,000 annual or 40,000 annual job and you're looking for something like 65, of course, it's going to take some work. Is it doable? Yes. Will you be in the best hands? Yes. Is it the right place? Yes. Will your life be changed? Yes. So that's the way I will say it.
And just a final question from me, Charles. If you were to use one word to describe digital business school, what would that be?
Again, if you listen to me throughout today, I've been talking about it, support. It's
Supportive.
not enough for people to go to school these days in 2026. You want people answering you. You want your teachers, your professor answering you. Are you okay? Are you understanding it this way? Do you want me to give you another scenario? The support is fantastic. Everybody have different intellectual capacity. Everybody will learn differently in different ways also. But the support with DBS will mean that they will tailor the experience for you, the way that you can pick it up, and the way that would make you produce the very best version of yourself.
Fantastic. Yeah, that's it from me. That's all the questions. So thank you so much, Charles. I really appreciate you taking time to answer those questions.
All right then.